Welcome to SP Streamer Live. What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Michael Simione. You follow me on Twitter at SP Streamer. For today, we're just going to kind of run through the streamer chart as well as two pitchers who went yesterday that a lot of people either seem to be high on or like or intrigued with, however you want to call it. And we're just going to kind of, talk about their two starts yesterday because they both went yesterday. So we'll get into that a little bit as well. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in and chat and ask away, and then I will answer them. All right. So for today, we have a lot of options, and it's weird because usually with such a big slate, I'll find someone that I really, really like or I think will pitch well. And today's kind of tough. There's no one that I'm in love with. You'll see our pick is Michael Wacha going against Baltimore just because Baltimore hasn't been really hitting well. Wacha pitched really well in two starts, then was disappointing on the third start when I streamed him. So we'll see how he does in this one. He does pitch better at home. So we'll kind of see how that goes, but I went with him. Max Kranick is interesting. I mean, he goes into Arizona. We don't have a big sample size with him. Arizona is hitting, though. They're typically better at home, so I think there's a little too much risk there. Logan Webb, I looked into Logan Webb yesterday. I do like everything he brings to the table, but he does struggle big time against lefties. And I think until he could fix that, I can't be all in on him the way some people are. I still think he's good and definitely, without a doubt, a really good streamer. He probably should be owned, honestly. But against Dodgers, it's too tough for me. I just can't do it. Then you got Pineda going against the White Sox. You don't really want much of that. Bumgarner against Pitt. Thought about this too, but Pitt's been hitting as well. Bumgarner is just horrible so far as of this entire season. So it's hard for me to buy into that there. Fetty against Miami is not a bad play. He's shown signs of life, but I don't know. That 4.82 Sierra kind of scares me. Mueller has a lot of strikeout upside, but he gets the Padres. Bryce Wilson's interesting, but he gets the Padres. So again, just a really messy slate for today, and there are a lot of high upside picks, but they all come with super high risk. So I'm just going to take the safe route, which typically I don't do, but we're going to do that for today. As for tomorrow, we're going to roll. It's a small slate, so we don't have a lot of options. As far as when it comes to picking for our main pick, we only have 6 options. But Owsley against St. Louis looks to be the best one just because of his swing and miss stuff. I know he relies on the slider a lot, but we'll see how he does there. Josh Flynn will be our deep pick. He's one of only 5 options, too. He goes against Cleveland. That's really the only reason why I'm picking him. Otherwise, I mean, Quantrill against the Rays can be tough. Matt Moore against I think Moore's pitching today instead. Hold on. Let's check that out real quick. I think Moore got pushed to today. I gotta shift him. If this loads, they didn't announce it yet. I guess he's just projected. All right, we'll see. We have to see with that. Anyway, but Moore against the Yankees could be tough. Actually, with that lineup's so bad. Tyler Alexander gets Texas. Texas has been struggling, but I don't think Alexander's going to go 5 innings, so I can't even think about him. Del Waller's just a mess if he does pitch. And then as for the 23rd, so we're going to rank this together. I already kind of cheated and put some guys up top that I already knew was going to go with. Odorizzi against Texas. Texas is struggling. I know Odorizzi kind of has struggled as of late, his last outing, but he was on a roll before that. Gets one of the worst offenses currently in baseball, so maybe he could rebound there. So I'm going to give him a 7.5. David Price is back to being a starter. He has yet to reach 5 innings, but I think he does it here. He's at home against Colorado. We all know Colorado is terrible on the road, so he will be another shallow pick as well. Cueto, he's going to be our streamer of the week. Cueto's really good at home against Pitt. I know they've been hitting, but I mean, they just really I don't know. I feel like they're just so top heavy, and Cueto's pretty good at home, so maybe he can get through that lineup. I don't know why. I just have like a good feeling about it, if that makes sense. Smiley against Philly. Smiley's got that whiff, has a high whiff rate too, but he's so up and down. I feel like he's unpredictable. I'll give him a 7-0 here. Hauser against the White Sox. Not a fan of Hauser this year, especially against that team. I'll give him 6-5. Zach Thompson's been really good. As you can see, all this green right here. He looks like to be a really good pitcher. Really tough matchup against the Padres, though. We're still going to give him a 7-0, though, just because of his talent. Alex Cobb against Minnesota. Cobb's been a popular pick. He's been really good as well. He was really unlucky for the entire first half. Has been pitching better. Minnesota has struggled as of late, but they're still somewhat of a tough offense. I thought about taking Cobb as well, but we're going to give him a 7-3 for that day. Vince Velasquez against Atlanta. No Acuna helps, but VV, who the heck knows with him? But I don't know. Sometimes he works out, so I'll just give him a 6-8. He worked out for us last time, so why not? J Happ against the Angels. You want no part of this. Happ's been a mess. Zach Davies against Arizona. Arizona, the road's not as good, but Davies has been pretty terrible. I'm going to give this a 5-8. Kobe Aller against Houston. I don't like touching anyone against Houston, but I will give him a 6-5. He has shown some good stuff. Senzatella at the Dodgers. No, thank you. Chad Kuhl against the Giants. Don't want to touch this either. Kuhl's been pretty bad. McGill, my boy, he does get Toronto. Tough matchup. I'm really curious to see how he pitches against them. Hopefully he can actually pitch well against them, and that'd be nice. A nice little bump there if he could take on a really good offense. Yeah, and you guys know I love his stuff, so I'm still going to give him a 7-0, and we'll just kind of see how that pans out. Wade LeBlanc at Cincy. Yeah, no thank you for me. I'll give him a 6-0, though. I talked about him I think it was yesterday on the live stream. Ridiculous ERA. His past like 6 starts. It's like a sub-1 ERA, but so many things call for regression. He gets the Royals. The Royals could definitely hit him. You can't buy it, but I'll give him a 6-0 just because of what he's done. And then George Lopez, who's just a disaster. We're going to 5-5. So again, Odorizzi, Price, shallow picks. Cueto would be our main pick. Now we need a deep pick, and the closest guy for our deep pick would be Vince Velasquez against Atlanta at a 6-8, which ain't great. So don't do this unless you're desperate. I mean, you could go Allard too if you want, just and hope that Houston continues to struggle, but who knows if that's going to actually continue to happen. No. Okay. All right. So real quick to reiterate, Waka for today. Alzolay, Fleming tomorrow, Odorizzi, Price, Cueto, and Velasquez for the next day. Again, still kind of a rough next 2 days. This looks to be a little better, the 23rd. Hopefully things start clearing up a little better where we could be pretty confident and, have some good picks moving forward. All right, 2 pitchers from yesterday that we're going to talk about. The first one is Touki Toussaint. A lot of people love him, probably because of the high strikeout potential. He does seem to blow up every year, though. Last year, he had a really good first start and then got blown up, and that's kind of like today. Yesterday, Touki went – I have it on here. Yesterday against the Padres, he went 6.2 innings with 1 earned and 5 Ks, so obviously a good start. Basically everything you want to see there. So overall 27 CSW, good, not great. Nothing that really, catches the eye there. His best CSW rate was on the curveball and the splitter. He really relies on those to get the whiffs, because obviously the sinker's not going to do it. The 4-seam isn't fast enough to really do it probably. So the thing with Touki is it's all about control for him and if he has that feel for his pitches, because sometimes he doesn't. So if you look, and this is kind of why he scares me. If you look at the illustrator, so there's a lot of stuff middle here. There's a lot of 4-seams, a lot of sinkers. You could tell he tries to bring the curveball down, but when he misses in the middle of the plate. Yeah. See, I think what does it for him is the splitter. So it's a little tough for you guys to tell, but the splitter is placed perfectly, always at the corner, and then he has one on the inside over here. So it's really a matter of him controlling that splitter, which he did do last night. So I think that helps, but this still shows troubling command to me. Plus the lower CSW, I can't buy into him yet. If you have him, yeah, you want to hold, sure, why not? But otherwise, I'm kind of scared of this, and I don't think I'd be touching it personally. So that's just me. Triston McKenzie also pitched last night. He had that ridiculous start before the All-Star break. Everyone talked about him. Everyone wanted him, saying he's back, he's amazing, blah, blah, blah. He touched the velocity he wanted. He was over 93 miles an hour. And he comes back out last night, and he averaged 92.6 miles an hour. Not horrible. I would want to see it higher, though. But it resulted in just a 24 CSW. He did get hit pretty hard. Again, it is the Astros, though. They're a really good offense. He did get 7 whiffs on the 4-seam, which is key for him. The slider didn't really do much, and neither did the curveball. In terms of location, you could tell he's trying to get the 4-seam up. The slider location is interesting to me. I don't really understand why. He kind of looked all over the place, and that's probably why he got hit. The 4-seam's left in the middle a lot, which he tends to do, but it does have a ton of ride, so usually he could get through. He get by with that, but when he has that higher velocity, he can. So this is this year, right? So right before the break, hit a 93.3 mile an hour fastball average velocity, which was higher than all these, as you can see here, 91. Again, he dipped down to 92.7. So if you go to 2020, it was kind of the similar thing, right? 94, 93, 92.8, around 93, and these were good starts. And then he started falling off because, look, it went 92.5, 92.2, then back to 90. And then he took off. He went into the bullpen, so you can't really look at the velocity in the last two. So again, that's what it's all about with McKenzie, is that velocity. Before you get excited, you got to see if it holds. We'll see next start. If he dips down again a little bit, not good. You got to stay away. Probably just because he doesn't have the strength to hold that velocity. Something he really needs to work on, but we'll see moving forward. And again, he really needs that velocity because he leaves the 4-seam down the middle, and he really needs that like above average vertical rise, which he can get with it when he throws at a certain, velocity. So yeah, so McKenzie, not really buying into him either yet. I think those two guys just kind of want to stay away from the hype and just kind of look on the sidelines. If you have them ready, though, I think they're both still worth holding on to. Or if you're desperate and need to make a move, I get it. I would grab them and see if it works out. But right now, I'm not too optimistic. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please follow us on Twitter at SPStreamer. Check out our website, spstreamer.com. If you want to support us, check out our membership on our website. And also subscribe to us on Twitch. That'll mean a ton. And that does it. All right, guys. Thanks again. And we will